Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. To my left, your right, we've got our own very own knockout in the house, Alicia. Below her, Mr. Front Row Bill. They were both recently at the tapings. How you guys doing tonight?
Just super. Thanks for asking.
And as Alicia was saying before we went, she was there, she wasn't. She was like Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Yeah. I had to make. Oh wait, no, I'm not going to that reference. I was fading in and out of the photograph.
Yeah, because they tape stuff they tape stuff and then you never know what order
how it's going to be edited.
Re-edit it, right? Yeah. So you see one match and then you see another match from another day, and how is it all put together? Yeah.
Well, how you can tell is that if Bill is wearing the white vest, I'm not behind him. If Bill is wearing the black vest, I'm behind him.
Well, there you go. And
that's how you can tell. It's a little Easter egg hunt.
There you go. I'm gonna have to rewatch the whole thing now.
Okay.
All right, but how's everyone doing in the chat? We want to quick recognize we got some bits here from Rayline. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Punk with the super sticker. Much love, brother. Thank you for being here. And of course, Dr. Gerbs with the $10 tip. Much love. He says, whoop, crazy. Steve, part of Bloody Mania? What? At the
Bloody Mania at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Okay. I'm not in that realm, but okay. Along with TNA alumni Congo Kong. Okay.
Remember that name.
And the J, we love Congo Kong. And JCW champion, the Chocolate Juggalo, Willie Mack.
I love Willie Mack.
To shit can I what? Got this guy. Okay. Thank you.
That was a reference for a soundbite, J-Bone. I'll help out on that.
I think that means.
Oh.
Can I get a whoop whoop?
We got this guy again.
That's that. Okay. I'm sorry. When you're reading it, it doesn't. I'm like, what are we doing here? Okay.
Hooked on phonics. Bring it back.
Hooked on phonics. Yes.
Yes, seriously though. It's a problem.
It's been a while. I actually I did pretty good on phonics back in the day. I was a wee little nerd, but I did good on phonics.
Little nerd. You were phonically all in that business.
You were phonically correct.
I was phonically inclined,
but not follically inclined.
Jiminy Christmas.
Oh, never. No, that's all. Not only am I a client, I'm the president. Bone Dan is RS. All right. So what's up, guys? Hell of a week in the world of TNA and another brand that's getting along quite nicely. It's almost like a relationship. A little NXT. Would you like a little
friends?
Yeah. Would you like a little NXT in your TNA, or would you like a little TNA in your NXT? It's like putting a little chocolate in your peanut butter.
Ooh,
like
that.
Reese's.
Reese's Pieces. E.T. Come on, J-Bone. It all comes back to E.T.
Damn it. No, I still have not watched that.
They invented that candy for the movie.
Reese's Pieces?
Correct.
I'll take the candy.
That was a marketing gimmick.
It was horrible.
NXT though. Got to get it right. It ain't NXT. It's NXT that we talk here.
NXT. For those of you who did tune in Tuesday night, Chimney Christmas, what night is this? For those of you who did tune
Tuesday
in
night, Wednesday
night,
Scared the shit out of me. There's a man in my house.
it's a Stefan.
Step inciting.
And he was also cited at the shows. Next
He
to
was
Alicia.
also there.
Yeah, just look. Well, no, I don't want to give you guys any hints, so I'm going to make it hard for you guys.
So, but yeah, for those of you who tuned in Tuesday, thank you. We had a lovely little news bite show. It was about it was less than an hour, which is all good, and some great responses from that, great numbers, and we even got over a handful of subs off of that. That was lovely. Still growing in numbers. So thank you to all the new folks tuning in. To all the TNA NXT hype, if you will.
We're growers.
Yeah, we're trying. Slowly but surely.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of stuff happening. We had a reunion with the Rascals happening on NXT. We had Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel jumping in and convincing Wes Lee to stick around and not hang it up quite yet. So that was a little emotional.
Well, if you know the lore, it's a proud moment.
It is. It really is. Because
not going into anything.
Well, they were all together in TNA before, some went off to WWE, some came back, and now there's all this happening. So yeah, it's
a beautiful reunion.
It is. It really is. It's a proud moment. It's a big moment for, especially with all the stuff that's going on between the two companies. And the people wanted it. The people have been talking about it for weeks and weeks now.
Happy to see they're listening to fans, right?
Crazy.
It does feel like that. It does
sometimes,
feel like that.
Sometimes creative, we get it right.
Fans.
As Bonus Baby is asking in the chat, we were kind of alluding to, Alicia and I, it is a mix of both the nights tonight's show, which because they did 2 nights of tapings, but there's 3 shows. Mm-hmm. So last week was pretty much all like Friday. Tonight is a mix, and I assume most of next week will be most of Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the hybrid show.
There you go.
Which is not a first. TNA's done that before too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they always mix it up. Yeah.
I honestly didn't even notice it till the Rhino match. So I was like, oh, wait a second. Those vests change colors.
Rhino? What's he doing out there? Yeah, and then we also had Hendry headline this last episode of NXT in a tag match. Let me tell you, that crowd. That I had goosebumps when Hendry came out. I legit, and I don't get goosebumps much when I watch professional wrestling. It takes a lot, okay? But that crowd went absolutely nuts when he came out there for that match because they didn't know who was going to fill in the slot.
Yeah.
Because apparently Trick Williams needed a partner. So Trick Williams, Hendry versus the new NXT champion, All Ego Ethan Page, and Shawn Spears. Hell of a match, a lot of fun. Did you guys see the clips at all?
Alicia, well, I did. We talked about it Tuesday and the Wednesday.
Well, yes, I was hoping to get Alicia's response if she did. If not,
I didn't.
I had to ask. I'm sorry.
Team TNA.
Guys, I'm busy. Like, and that's
okay.
it's nothing personal. It's just my preferred televised wrestling outlet.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. He's all good. But yeah, so that carries over to tonight, and they were very generous in showing us all the stuff that happened. Portions of the clips that happened. It's an abbreviated version of it, but they did show it tonight if you missed it, which was great because how they presented it was still very exciting to see Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel, go out there to a very emotional Wesley. So, and then we got a lot more. Go ahead.
For Alicia here, he didn't put that with us. But this is the thing to take away from it. Hendry was awesome. Match was great. Crowd was hot. But mad props to Sean Stewart for playing the ball and eating the pin from Joe Hendry. Because that is the key. Joe Hendry got the win for the team in the main event. Kenny didn't do that.
Yeah.
If you know,
you know.
Right.
Once again, and I'm not going to even blame Kenny on that. That was above Kenny's pay grade.
Yeah, right. But yeah, then there's even more stuff that's going on with the crossover that's sprinkled throughout the show tonight. We'll get to that. Let's talk a little bit of news besides the NXT TNA stuff. It got announced today that NXT is going to be part of WrestleCade in November.
TNA.
So, what's that?
Not NXT.
Did I say NXT? Jiminy Christmas.
This partnership is getting to J-Bone already.
It's MLW is going to be part of it. No. Take 3. TNA. Aha. We got it, folks. TNA is going to be part of WrestleCade this year. So we're very excited about that.
Once again.
Poor J-Bone. I retire. I'm turning it over. I'm done.
He's putting away the headphones.
I am shutting the mic off.
Oh
my goodness.
Well, that's for a pay-per-view, J-Bone. Turning Point.
Yes, for Turning Point. Yeah, it's one of the smaller ones in between the big ones, but that's still
nice
special to have.
But we'll see how it winds up happening. But I do want to give a shout-out to someone we met for the first time on that show Tuesday and the Wednesday night, Ryan Alicia, who said he would be joining us. And he's mentioned here, subscribe to TNA Plus so I could watch the show tonight. Enjoyed the hell out of it. I'll definitely be watching going forward. So
awesome.
That's what we want to see with these relationships. People that weren't fans or following the company now doing so. And that works both ways.
Yeah, definitely. It's very positive.
Awesome.
Happy to hear that.
And let us, by all means, with the growth of TNA Plus, we've been hearing more and more positive things about it for those that have been using it. Like Terrence Sullivan said in the live reaction that I just did, said he's watching it on TNA Plus and he absolutely loves it. He says the quality is great. So for those of you who want any, maybe you haven't, turned the leaf over yet, you're still watching on Access TV or you're still watching on YouTube, hey, there you go. Give it a shot, But yeah, it's always great.
And don't forget the official TNI or the NXT post show right here.
Yes, of course. So, also there is an interview, and the link for the interview is in the description of the video. One of our very dedicated listeners, watchers, part of our audience, Eli Samuel, dropped it in my DMs and said, hey, check this out. And let me bring this up.
Oh, share screen-a-rooneying it?
No, I'm just to make sure I get like the name right. All right, so this is he said this is for TNA fans. Go check this out. This interview with the new Anthem exec, Rob Kligman, and it's a fairly long interview, but it covers a lot of different things. It from everything being a former WWE exec, which is also, I mean, it's also very interesting because it kind of shows you what he had partaken in prior to the Anthem job, helping out with TNA. One of the biggest things he did, if you just want to know like the size of responsibility, he is one of the guys that did help with the I believe he said with the NXT the Netflix deal, and also as far as sponsorship, getting Snickers. Snickers has been a top sponsor for like WrestleMania for like 8 years running now or something like that. So that was one of their biggest deals. So all in all, now being part of Anthem, he is very excited. And there's a lot more points to this. I'm just pointing out a few things here. You guys can go check it out in your own time. Talking about he's excited about the growth of Anthem and how it's, relation to TNA. He's looking at it as a challenge. He wants to see this all. He wants to see TNA grow. He's also working on, and this is, I kind of chuckled at this because as long as I've been on this show or longer, I've heard fans nonstop. Every once in a while, you hear fans talk about a new distribution deal in this, especially in the States, get them on a new station or something, anything. That's one thing that this gentleman is working on. He's working on a new distribution deal for TNA. So that's very exciting.
But I don't think that necessarily means a TV station, J-Bo.
No, but
my guess is that doesn't mean a TV station. I think that means maybe one of the streaming platforms doing something.
It could be. It could be. Whatever it's more focused on, it's still exciting.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the whole thing. It's about eyes. It's about getting it in front of more people. And
right.
I think we're seeing it. TV may not be that medium.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I know a lot of things are straying away from cable. I mean, hell, look at, Raw is going to be on Netflix, that's crazy. The whole streaming, platform for wrestling is changing, so
surfing right into the new era of things, huh?
It is. Times are changing, so we'll see.
Jim Carrey as the cable guy was right all those years ago.
Right.
Information superhighway.
That's another movie I have.
Very ahead of its time.
Does that mean I got to check out that one too, along with E.T.?
Yeah, go rent it at your local library. The VHSs may be in stock.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I got a Blockbuster right down the block. I'll go. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, go check out the interview. A lot of great points that he makes as far as working with Anthem, being a part of it, and just working on the growth of TNA, working on this relationship with WWE, and it just being better for wrestling fans, period. So go check that out. Anything else, Bill, you want to quick cover?
Well, since we were here on Tuesday, we also mentioned the Jordynne Grace contract news. Probably
yes.
should restate that she confirmed that her original extension has been shortened and now will expire in January. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Of 25. So just FYI.
End of this year, going into next year. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but it's a sign of the times. It's you kind of see what's happening, and
y'all knew it was coming.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Look at her. She is the epitome of women's wrestling right now. Of course, WWE want her.
Absolutely.
Why not?
She's a big reason for this relationship going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
She was a very big key in getting this kind of to happen. So no, all good regardless of how things work out. But
right. John Palmer's asking where the interview is. The interview, the link for it is in the description of the video here. Go check it out.
Yeah, it was done by what? Essentially Sports? Is that
Yeah, not necessarily a wrestling.
They cover everything.
Page, more sports.
Yeah, they cover everything.
Yeah. And this was more just like a look at looking at it in an executive's point of view, on the changing landscape of sports and
which I respect. Forget the dirt sheets.
Oh yeah,
they don't get real news.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, this came out of nowhere, so I totally appreciate stuff like this. And it covers so many things that we've talked about for I don't know how long. So great to hear. You're welcome. But yeah, that's about it. As far as news, of course, we have updates to the Slammiversary card. We'll cover that towards the end of the review. But yeah, good stuff. Oh, one other quick thing before we dive into this July 11th episode of TNA. The TNI podcast charted on, Apple? Is that Apple iTunes? In Uganda this past week. So
well that's been the case before. We got a nice Uganda presence in the past.
Yeah, Uganda is full of wrestling fans. So hey, thank you.
Had the Uganda Giant. Like that's if you're billed from somewhere, if there's rest in peace, Kamala.
Sure. Yes.
Much appreciated.
It is. No matter who you are, where you're watching it from, we appreciate you. So thank you, Uganda, for checking out the show as always. So,
and let us know if you are from around the world. We know we got our friends in the UK that are sometimes up late in the wee hours with us. But if you're from other parts in the world watching, let us know live, or if you're watching later. Always good to know. Or, hey, join the Discord if you're playing around in the links below. You can join there and let everybody know who you are. Yeah.
Hit us up on Twitter. All the links for all that stuff is in the description of the video as well.
Not Shelly.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Shelley Duvall. Yes. Yeah, sad. Iconic role in the movie Shining, among other movies, of course.
She played Olive Oil Papa.
Well, I was going to say, great in The Shining, like no doubt. But that might be like no one, like she is Olive Oil. Like they could not have cast that role better.
Yeah.
In Popeye, the musical motion picture, starring Robin Williams.
That is a rare one. Yeah,
I'm so happy that wasn't a Mandela effect. And I was just misremembering.
Well, it is one of those things. Like it's kind of, if you watch Popeye today, it's kind of like a fever dream of a movie, like a movie. Like, how did this come to be? Like, it's kind of shocking how it came to be. Like, someone just said, "Hey, let's make a comic book app," that because like there were some comic book hits that had just come out. So they're like, "Hey, let's just buy a property and make a movie." And then they hired an auteur director that was not known for such things, and he went wild with it.
Yeah, and that just speaking of Popeye, and it's something that I don't think I've seen in decades. What, of course, a lot of people automatically go to Robin Williams playing Popeye, but as far as Olive Oyl, I always got the actresses mixed up, whether it was Shelley Duvall or the woman who played Lois Lane. I don't know why. That just like,
oh really? Margot Kidder.
But yeah, Margot Kidder or Shelley Duvall. I always got, because
rest in peace, Margot Kidder as well.
Yeah, well, yes, but they were both like, I don't know, skinny brunette gals, Just
now, and just a little, just one more Shelley Duvall tidbit that goes along with Popeye.
Yes.
If you are a fan of the Paul Thomas Anderson film Punch Drunk Love, starring Adam Sandler in his first serious role, one of my favorite movies, the opening song is Shelley Duvall's song as Olive Oyl in Popeye.
Good reference.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So a little more Shelley Duvall for you.
There we go. Remind me that after the show. I'm going to have to write that down, go check that one out. I've seen Adam Sandler in a few serious roles, and it's very rare. Like Uncut Gems, I believe, is another one recently.
And
Uncut Gems.
Yeah, Uncut Gems is like taking it to like the ultimate anxiety level for Sandler. But if you want to go to like his first drama, but yet out there, that would be the movie to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Uncut Gems is almost uncomfortable to watch for anxiety level.
Yes.
It's like, holy crap. What could you possibly else get yourself into? Oh, never mind. we have how much of the movie left? Yeah. Just hold on to your seats. All right. TNA 7-Eleven, as Santino Marella would say.
Swag fan knows his music now.
Oh, wow. It's going down the rabbit hole. All right. We start out. Now, this was really a great way to start this show. And they don't do this enough cinematically. Cinematically, they ended the show last week. The system leaving the building, going into the car, talking about taking out so-and-so, and then commenting to Dirty Dango, saying, oh, and thank you for taking out Nick Nemeth. And he's like, I didn't take out Nick Nemeth.
Who, me?
And then it goes to Kaz smoking a cigar. And he goes, Marks, hey, who's filming me? Who's behind the camera? Cut. This episode goes right into Kaz smoking the cigar in the alley, and it continues that scene. And I'm like, oh, brilliant way of doing
cliffhanger.
Yeah,
TV
you left it
101
off with the cliffhanger. And you picked it up immediately where it left off, answering the question and continuing this awesome scene where Nick Nemeth is like, hey, I'm down, but I'm not out. That visual of him at the end of the alley, almost Freddy Krueger-esque, if I may say, and then these two brawling and getting in a fight. what did you two think of the beginning of this episode?
I'm with you, Jay. I thought that was a great way to transition, and I know I saw a few people in here already say it about production upgrades, but you can tell there is some different people involved, and you can see stylistically some changes going on, because you're right, like we may have seen this a couple times, but it does feel like there's that flow from now, not just during a show, which it usually has always had, but now from episode to episode. And that is what this is. It's episodic. So you do want to have a flow between episodes. And that's definitely what this did. So, and it's like usually you start out with that hot match a lot of the time, the occasional promo to open a show, but you don't usually get, as you said, something cinematic, and especially like almost as seen last week transition.
Very creative.
Yeah. Anything else, Lisa?
No, I like what you said. I'll just let you roll with that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah. And then they brawl, and then rolling into I'm sorry. I'm reading my notes and trying to get them all lined up here. Scribbling everywhere. Like a 2-year-old writing. Jordynne Grace and her open challenge for the Knockouts Championship. Yeah. So, and I heard bits about this like earlier, as far as like, you know, we don't like talking about spoilers and stuff unless it's like some really big news that gets out there.
Well, never, J-Bo. We don't spoil. Come on. I don't care what it is. No spoil.
Yeah.
Once it happens, then it starts.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so I had heard about who it was, but I didn't know anything about this person who is from, and another one from NXT, which I found.
But if you watched NXT on Tuesday, she was on the show. She had a match this past Tuesday, so you would have seen her this past Tuesday if you're watching both right now.
Right. And I gotta say, in not knowing who this was, when I first saw her come out, I thought it was Tiffany Stratton. I was like, what? What is Tiffany Stratton? Oh, it's not Tiffany Stratton. It's a twin magic. No, it's someone that looks similar to Tiffany Stratton. It's her name is Izzi Dame.
Yes,
I believe.
Izzi Dame.
Yeah, she came out to face Jordynne Grace, and she towered over the champion.
I was gonna say she's tall.
She's tall, but it's as far as like actual tallness, she's not that tall. Like they said that she's 5'10". I'm 5'10", and
that's
I can
tall.
Myself.
That's tall.
Well,
what do you think? 6'5"?
What, 2 inches shorter than 6 feet? That's tall.
Yeah.
I'm 5'7". I still got to look up at that.
I hear you.
And compared to Jordynne, who's like 3 apples high, you know what I mean? Like
by 3 apples.
Like Hello Kitty. The girl tried to use that height advantage that height leverage to her advantage, but Jordynne managed to get around it. That it just proven that Jordynne is the ultimate women's wrestler, man.
Height don't matter to Jordynne.
Right. Yeah. She had a great match with her. I really enjoyed this for a first time seeing Izzi Dame in action. Because I only saw highlights from this last Tuesday. I did not watch the whole episode. I'm kicking myself now. In fact, I was kicking myself an hour after it aired because I got the message from Bill like, hey, we need to talk about this. And I'm like, oh, God, what happened? Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's go live. But, yeah, congrats to Jordynne Grace. Would you guys say
you were watching it just like somebody else was watching it via satellite, J-Bo.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
We can't forget.
The concierge, announced that Ash would be watching on a beach in a bikini.
He wants to paint you a picture, J-Bo.
With a Mai Tai. Yeah, there she was.
I like that Rosemary chased him out of there.
Rosemary did.
Thank you.
Rolled out of the crowd and said, "You're mine."
Right. She's going to eat him for a snack or something.
And how about that, Rosemary, just blending in with the Philadelphians?
I kind of like this approach that they're taking with her, because this is like the second or third time now that we've seen her watching from a crowd distance. And I like that. She's watching and observing, and it seems like she's particularly picking and choosing where she's interjecting herself, even though it kind of seems like it has no rhyme or reason. I really like this stealth spider Rosemary we're getting.
We're going to get the big Rosemary push, which I know some of us have been advocating for a while. So.
She's biding her time. She's paying attention to what's going on, stepping in when it needs to happen, and making herself known. I love it. I can't wait to see her back in the main title event, or main title picture.
Yeah, just back out on a regular basis, period. We've missed her. We love her. And one thing else that I was kind of thinking of later in the show is what she might have done if the concierge wasn't out there. Would she have interfered in this, or would she just be lurking around the ring? Because she didn't get too far out there. I don't talk about what ifs much, but I'm just,
Yeah, we avoid the fantasy booking, but if I may, even though I'm the one who's like, let's not do that. If I could contradict myself for a moment.
When it comes to Rosemary,
once in a while.
I get the vibe, and I don't want to ruin anything, but hypothetically, if Ash doesn't win this match against Jordynne, right, could perchance Ash's next rivalry be Rosemary?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a great point.
I think it's if she wins or loses.
Because you got to remember, too, Ash is the reason Havoc's been out of the picture for the time being. So,
right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. That was one of her first opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's
first
all that.
Main roster opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I've been saying they really got to start interjecting Ash with the main roster girls. It's always nice
really
seeing new faces.
Yeah, only Zaya is really the only other one she's had kind of.
And now it's time for her. I want to see her against Masha. I want to see her against Lish. I want to see her against, Rosemary. I want to see her against Jordan. Well, we've seen her kind of against Jordan, but you know what I'm saying? Like Tasha. I feel like we can be getting.
Get her in
we have a whole roster. Let's benefit from it, right? And by having what we were doing for a while is really creative matches that we haven't seen pair-ups for. We have all these women, and why not, see Ash versus Jody Threat versus Danny. Come on.
Be a threat.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I see both sides of it. I completely agree with you 100%, but I also look at it like it's a great way to integrate with young local talent to get them exposure and stuff like that. So yeah, I see both sides of it. The Knockouts roster absolutely is thick enough now that you can do stuff like that.
Yes, but we could also be bringing these new faces, because again, I'm not against that. They could be going against the other women on our roster as well. And with Ash, my only point is we're trying to push her in the main belt picture here, right?
Oh yeah.
And so you gotta start evolving from it. You know what I mean? She's got to be seen as a viable threat, and unfortunately, that does kind of muddy the waters a little bit by constantly pitting her against people who aren't part of the roster.
Right.
We have a whole roster. Again, it could be interchangeable. We could be putting these matches with the one-offers You know what I mean? With other women.
Yeah, make her a strong contender. Exactly. No,
I think that might
agree with
happen
you 100%.
either regardless if she wins or loses.
They're getting there.
Although we probably have to have that conversation though. Who's not involved in a tag team that is on the Knockouts roster to go against right now? Like you would have Steph De Lander, right? Like she could go against her. Yeah, you mentioned Tasha. You meant but really, how many others are there really? There's Zaya, who she already feuded with.
Right.
Yeah.
Because so many are locked into the tag. Yeah, Rosemary. Like, there you go.
And
like, Rosemary's the other.
Just because the women might be particularly part of a tag team.
But who's also being pushed, though.
Yeah. Like, you can have Ash beef with a tag team without her getting involved and just, like, keep actually one-upping and pissing off. Like, can you imagine her messing with Macha and Lish?
Who's ever at the bottom of the tags, that would be, they could eat some pins.
Right, and it keeps them involved nonetheless. It keeps them viable, keeps them fresh in front of the viewers, in front of the audience. Right. There's a lot of different things you can do. You mentioned Steph De Lander not really being in a tag team. Well, as far as she is kind of a team with PCO, but that's a different kind of team, I guess. Never mind.
That's a head scratcher.
That's a whole nother soap opera by itself. All right. So we continue. But yeah, great to see Rosemary out there. Definitely adds to the spice of this whole challenge that Ash is putting out there for Jordynne Grace. You know, she's lurking. That concierge, gone in the wind. All right. Next. Now this is great. Santino. So before we're going into commercial, we get the announcement that Santino has an announcement. And I know people joke about, it's an announcement of an announcement. All right, thank you. He's announcing a wild card tag team main event for tonight. And he's the visual, he's like off camera and he's just like almost like he's like talking to himself in a mirror. He's like, oh yeah, it's like, you're welcome. It's like he's a genius.
He knows what the people want, J-Bo.
Yeah, absolutely. So we come back from break and he picks the people for this wild card tag team main event, which Tom Hannafin is uber excited about, by the way, after he makes the announcement here.
Well, you got to remember, Tom Hannafin he's doing the announcing from home, pretty much. He's a local boy.
Yes. Okay,
wait, he's like virtual?
He's a lost me there for a second.
Why didn't he come to work? No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, I thought I saw him sitting there next to Raywald.
Was he hologram Tom?
Nah, he's Penn State and Indy Lion. It was a home game. Getting the Eagles chant going.
Somebody got COVID? What? No, sorry. All right, so it's Moose. And the names, I'm sorry. Can we just chuckle about this for a minute? Because I lost it. Steve McLean.
He was great in Die Hard.
Oh, God. I'm like, where's Bruce Willis?
Oh, my God. He is like Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
Right? He's like scruffy and tough. And yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Josh, I don't know, what did he say for a last name? Josh Alexandro or something like that?
Alessandro, probably.
Alessandro, something. Yeah, that was.
He's so silly. He says all the names Italian.
Yeah, he got the one.
Like, you're
name.
dying over there, bro. Like
he's J-Bo ain't making it. We gotta give him.
Oh,
Where's
dear Lord.
PCO when you need him?
And then of course, well, he gets Moose correct. I'm like, he can't fuck up Moose. It's Moose is Moose. But Joe Henley. I'm like, no, it's Don Henley. Thank you. Get it right. Joe Henley in the main event. Yeah, he's a treasure. All right, we move on.
Bobby Ray for life.
Right? Bobby Ray. Zachary Wentz next.
Versus Robert Plant.
What?
Zachary Wentz versus Robert Plant.
Oh, yes.
If you get
That's
the
a pretty
reference,
good reference. Pretty good reference.
he looks. Listen, I've never seen this cat before, right? And when he came out, I saw him on the night where he was in it was a 6-man tag or whatever. I'm like, is that Robert Plant's kid? Like, it looks just like him.
Somebody. He is the kid of somebody.
Of someone.
Now,
he has a famous dad.
I'm looking.
A wrestler, though.
Oh. I don't believe that he's not Robert Plant. Like his spitting image of the lead singer of Led Zeppelin, all right?
No, there's actually a closer one here. And give me a second, and here we go. We got it. This is God damn it, Rolling Stone. No, I'm not signing up for your freaking magazine.
Oh my God, he's William Regal's fucking kid. Now I get why people were calling him Regal Jr. Oh God. Wow.
Like, play a junior.
Robert Plant. Right. I think I was even chanting Robert Plant. I was drinking.
You should have said, do you have serotonin, kid?
You're right.
It only works with Kaz.
In my personal opinion, I believe this one's a little closer than Robert Plant, but to each their own. Check this out. It's Roger Daltrey.
Oh. All those British guys look the same anyway.
It's pretty similar.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Hang on, let me look at. Oh my God, yeah. And that is not the person I was thinking of. It's like if those two had a love child.
If Roger Daltrey and Robert Plant.
All right, but anyway, the mystery solved. It's Regal Jr.
There's a headline. Well, what if?
And also, Charlie Dempsey, I apologize. Probably never going to see this, but
although, Alicia, I think you were right though. Like if you look at young Robert Plant, I think
I didn't have my glasses on.
It's pretty close
a lot of the time, and I had to squint really hard. So he looked like,
J-Bone, do you already have one on your same little thing there? Can you pull up just get any young Robert Plant image? It's
Robert Plant.
Let the people decide.
Yes, sir. What?
Because I think it's like you could make the case for Plant instead of
It's there. It's
because he has more of the scowl. Robert Plant always, because he's never happy. Robert Plant. He's like, you're stealing my music.
No, there's plenty of. Well, I see a mixture of. Oh dear Lord, not that picture.
Yeah, don't look at new. Like, come on. Time goes by on people, J-Bone.
No, there's just pictures where he's just crazy. My God.
Singers.
Right? Who knew? Damn it, mouse. All right. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there's a couple really good options early if you just do any Google search on them. Yeah, just like the guy wrestling tonight.
Anything with the long
locks
of hair. Yeah,
that's the
this
era.
is from This is from
Zeppelin 1 or
Wikipedia.
2.
Yeah, right.
There
Yeah,
you go.
There you go.
That looks like the guy that wrestled tonight.
That's similar. You know, I'd give it a little bit to both, but yeah,
A little bit, yeah. If they blend those two together and you get this guy. And we'll also add William Regal since that's his real lineage. Anyway, you know, on the match.
And this was your TNI edition of Jacked Up Jukebox.
Yeah.
Oh, copyright.
No, I was like coughing.
Bad musical taste can be interpreted.
Jiminy Christmas. Charlie Dempsey versus Zachary Wentz. This was a lot of fun because we got to see the Rascals on another side of just, you know, like a normal rivalry, like, oh, we're the Rascals, we're going to get you. No, this is different. This is like an invasion angle. So in a sense, it completely draws the audience to, oh, the invasion, this guy over here, he's the bad guy coming into the impact zone.
We're all Rascals, at least for one night, J-Bone.
Right. Whereas they had been like somewhat heelish in the past, you know, depending on which,
they were spray painting
they've
everything.
been Rascals.
Yeah, they've
little
been
rapscallions.
Yeah, from Rascalia.
Little shits.
Rascalia, the land
affectionately.
I can picture it now. It's lovely this time of year, Rascalia. What did you guys think of the match?
Bill.
I thought it was a good match. Obviously, just like last week when we were having a pretty solid match, we got shenanigans again by another member of that no quarter catch crew, that Miles Bourne showing up and causing some problems here with Trey Miguel ringside. And kind of took Zach took his eyes off the prize there, and it ended in a defeat. So a victory for NXT in the House of Extreme.
In the House of I'm like, in the House of Extreme. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Philly. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, the place with a hot crowd. Come on, other markets. Time to bring it up a notch.
It's interesting because they got 3 team members, so who flies in to help them out? The Rascals. Although I did see the match, I don't want to talk about it until it actually airs.
Well, this Tuesday we saw the reunion. Could it be Wesley?
Could it?
We'll have to see. Unknown. Unknown.
To be determined.
We'll find out. All right. But yeah. So, and then in a clip backstage, seeing Miles Bourne and Dempsey talking, walks in one Tavian Heights. Now, this is someone else that's new to my eyes. I'm slowly learning we're doing a deep dive into all the little, stables on NXT, getting familiar with the product again. So we got Miles Bourne and Tavian Heights. Now, there was this group used to be a lot bigger. There was also a Damian Kemp, but he also just got let go from NXT. That is Gable Stevenson's brother. Who many are calling Damian Kemp the talented one of the two brothers, which is kind of funny. Yeah,
I don't know the lore.
as far as wrestling, Gable Stevenson was one of the first big hires as far as this whole next
Athlete
in
to
line
wrestle,
thing.
athlete to wrestler.
Yes, collegiate, the collegiate.
How'd that work out?
Some good, some not so good. So yeah,
Not so good.
yeah. In this case,
Well,
Well. To be fair, let's not go. He's an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling.
well, they all can't be Kurt Angle, Bill,
Well, he's the closest thing to Kurt
or
Angle.
Chad Gable. We already had a Gable,
or if you're looking,
and they made him change his name for your ass, and you didn't even cut the fucking butter.
and if
Imagine
you're
that.
looking way past that, back to my early days of wrestling, Ken Patera.
Oh, there you go.
Look up that one. That's a fun one. That's a spicy one, as wrestling fans would call it.
Oh yeah, good old Ken.
Yeah.
Contiso.
The Olympian.
He's had a colorful past in the world of professional wrestling.
A wrestler with a colorful past? No.
I've never.
I know.
I know.
I know him with colorful futures. Colorful presence.
The here, the now, the what? All right.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So next week they do make the tag team match, the 6-man tag. It's going to be no. What the hell are they called? No quarter
Catch crew.
See, that's hard. That's hard. No quarter catch crew. What does that mean?
It's I asked
Wrestling lingo.
William Regal. Yeah, it's like a
Remember,
British wrestling.
Evolve had with like Drew Golak and all Team Catch Point. They're talking wrestling news. They're all getting.
It's a technical.
They're smelling themselves a little bit.
Combat Club?
With that team name, you're smelling yourself a little bit. You're like, we're real wrestlers. We really wrestle.
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
It's a deep, hardcore look into the terminology of wrestling, grappling, it's all that. Yeah.
Just give me teams like Road Warriors names. Like that's good enough for me.
No, it's just too smart for me. The
Hardy Boys.
The North Quarter Catch Crew is a bit too smart for me.
ABC, Ace and Bay.
I didn't connect that right away. Anyway.
ABC, that didn't. No.
Well, because then I kept forgetting that it's the Ace and Bay connection, and so I'm like, ABC, what the fuck? I thought they were Ace and Bay connection. Shit, I'm dropping stuff. I spoke trees, buddy. You gotta catch me.
Although we all know the original connection, but we can't deny the
You're
original connection in TNA, and that was the Swingman and Bay connection.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
It was short-lived, but it was fantastic.
It's timeless. It's timeless like Tony. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Number 1 contendership for the X Division title. Who is going to face the great Ali? No, not quite. But Ali at Slammiversary. We've got KUSHIDA. We got Jonathan Gresham and the ball of speed, Mike Bailey.
Speedball. Oops.
What'd you guys think of the match?
Yeah, at all. Well, I was glad there was safety in this match because you had Gresham in there. So,
yes. Masks and gloves, folks.
Masks
and
up.
gloves.
Masks up,
Yes.
gloves on. Because we know Doc KUSHIDA has been in the lab working on the ooze, the ink. He's figuring it out. He's making a plan.
Yes. Why did we not get 10 seconds? That's all I want is 10 seconds of Doc KUSHIDA, white coat, the Doc, the Doc Ock thing.
You're 100% right, J-Bone. We call this a missed opportunity. They teased the KUSHIDA science angle, and they didn't follow it up. To my knowledge, maybe they'll pull it out at some point, and we'll be like, "Oh, there it is!" Like, science.
Unless what happened in this match is the result of the science.
Correct. So maybe we will see some fallout of science. But I need this. I need my science. I need KUSHIDA's science as Doc Brown. Like, I need him to go.
Yeah.
Like, I need all kind of Doc Brownisms coming out of KUSHIDA.
That was a missed opportunity for sure.
KUSHIDA MD.
That's
if we
right.
can do it in another brand for DMD, let's get KUSHIDA MD. Let's come on, towels, everything. Let's do this. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. You had the drama surrounding this contagion. I'll call it a contagion. I don't know what else you call it. Big words there. For Jonathan Gresham and making sure everybody stays safe in this. And then, you got all the talent besides that. It just turns into a love fest for wrestling. But Speedball comes out on top here. And what I was talking about, fast forwarding to what could be considered the conclusion of KUSHIDA, mixing the chemicals together, came up with his own mist, which it's not a new thing. It's just, if you look into the story, that's what this could be. Like, oh, he figured out the mist to give back to him. I don't know.
Science.
I've been listening to a lot of Oingo Boingo lately, and that includes the song Weird Science.
Love Weird Science. Speaking of Weird Science, J-Bone, I'll throw you a little thing right here.
Uh-oh.
Anthony Michael Hall, actor of the 80s from all the classics.
Love him.
Had two choices. National Lampoon's European Vacation, and he would have been Rusty, and they wouldn't have done the New Kids every movie. Like, he would have been Rusty again. Or Weird Science, which he chose. Right choice, wrong choice.
Oh, absolutely right choice.
Agreed.
And
I like European Vacation.
Oh, it was good. Yeah.
He would have been typecasted had he stuck to.
That's why he did it. That's why he did it. That's exactly the reasoning too. The typecasting.
Mm-hmm.
So he went a little against the grain.
Getting older, it was time to expand the acting horizon.
Well, it's Chevy Chase or Kelly LeBrock.
Your Chevy Chase is like an utter nightmare to work with.
I get it. I'll always like Chevy Chase.
If I'm a kid growing
up in Hollywood,
well, it's like, I love the band Hole, but I don't want to be friends with Courtney Love. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she could be difficult, it seems like.
Well, I think Kelly LeBrock was the right choice here. Just that whole, and also working with a young Robert Downey Jr.
Yes. Although, how about this? Bonus Baby. I almost feel like we need to delve into this on a future TNI. He's hung out with Boingo once. Interesting cats they are. So he was hanging with Danny Elfman.
What the fuck?
That sounds like an experience.
Who did not know until right now that Danny Elfman the award-winning composer was the lead man in Oingo Boingo.
I just knew he was that weird guy who did the weird music for all the Tim Burton movies.
There you go. Hey, and if you just found out, don't feel bad. I just learned this a few short
It makes
weeks
sense,
ago,
though. It adds up.
Wait. I knew something about the music here, and not the rest of the crew. What's going on here? This is wild.
Yeah. Hey, an old bone can always learn.
I would have lost this trivia round. Sorry, guys. Can't win them all.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Well, speaking of like initials, J-Bone, like you got AMH.
Yes.
I think we passed by a segment a little bit ago that featured. Don't call him Dango. He's JDC now. Johnny Dango Curtis, JDC, and the sister.
Yes.
He'll always be Dirty D to me.
Yeah, he will always be Dirty D to all of us.
Especially, what the fuck does he do? It's like, what a silly man.
He's always grinding.
He is dancing to the music that only he can hear, and I'm not mad at it. I just wish he had a cooler shirt than that creepy band one that I bought.
It's
let's get weird.
Music
Let's get weird. And then I realized,
what a band.
It's a fucking creeper band. Like, what the fuck?
Let's get weird.
I cannot, in good faith, wear that in public.
That sounds like a first date shirt. Let's get weird.
What
a band.
If I ever go to a hillbilly party, that's going to be.
I'm sure it works with all
the tuxedo of choice.
I could see DMC rocking the tuxedo T-shirt. That could be a look for him.
I don't get
back to tuxedo. Have you ever owned a tuxedo T-shirt, J-Bo? And I feel you have.
No.
Oh
no, I know what you're talking about, though. It's a very 80s thing.
It was a very 80s thing, and you are an 80s man.
Yeah.
Like you were members only jackets. Like you were Bugle Boy jeans. If it was popular in the 80s, J-Bone did it.
That's right.
I disagree, Zach.
I was not the new dirtiest dog.
Mommy is gonna clean his ass up. He's out of here.
Who knows? Maybe he'll even get a haircut
and
not look like somebody else.
Nobody disrespects Muscle Mommy, okay?
Oh, there you go. Talk about Jordynne Grace, right?
And Jordynne Grace.
It's all lives.
I can't wait. Listen, if what's going to happen might happen, I'm just saying I'm not opposed to Rhea Ripley versus Jordynne Grace because holy fuck.
There you go. Well, and that's what, like, something like this, you can entertain those with some viability now. Like in the past with like fantasy booking, some of that stuff, they were never going to happen.
It was literally just dream booking. It was just fantasy, literally
but now,
fantasy.
There's some potential.
Right. It's like, it could happen.
Could happen.
Maybe
not likely, but it could.
Anyway.
It's all possible.
The show.
Back to the show. Number one contender out of this match, if I did not say, which I don't think I did, we went way, way in left field. Speedball Mike Bailey won the match, but it didn't even matter because Ali shows up with all of his cronies and just wipes the floor.
Bunch of jerks.
Yes. Jerks aplenty.
Bunch of jerkwads.
Get them out of our town.
Ali for president.
Trent 7 was even groveling in front of all of them because he was beat to hell as well. He couldn't rescue his buddy. Yeah, poor Trent. What happened? Next, we get another timely or timeless, I don't know, cinematic segment with Steph De Lander.
There you go.
And it just throws a whole new light on Steph De Lander, where she came in, she was hardcore with Matt Cardona, just raising hell. And now she's like, oh, look at me. I'm in love. What am I doing?
Look at me. I'm in love. What am I doing? And all of us are here like, yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah.
They said head scratcher. I've been on the fence about this because it I think it's really funny. It's cute. Like I love a good cheesy wrestling romance, but at the same time, I'm like, what is this? Like, I don't get it. Who is this for?
It's pretty out there. I mean, if you had to put like a time piece on this would have fit back about 40 years ago. Is about like what that was considered.
The Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, just something.
Because I like them both.
A Monster and the Bride.
Miss Elizabeth and Animal, George Steele. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. The quality of the storyline, which is not a rib on it. I love it, but it goes.
Talia and the Great Khali.
We'll get it as we get closer. Or is our poor PCO, is the P going to stand for Patsy? Like, are we going to get the Slammiversary?
Is he going to get played and then she's going to usher Matt Cardona back in?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. That's my thought.
They're going to play the Ultimate Swerve, but I don't know, man.
Well,
I think he's about to return.
I don't know. I know he's injured, but I don't remember what was wrong with him. He's been doing GM things in GCW.
Well, wasn't he like every wrestler now? The pec? Wasn't it a pec? All wrestlers' pecs blow up on them these days.
Dude, what is wrong? It's like if you train, take care of your
I think it is. I think it's too hardcore training. Remember, Josh Alexander was at the gym and tore his pec right before Slammiversary.
What are the guys doing to this portion of their body? It's like, man, you got to reinforce that shit. Whatever you're doing.
Don't I believe in Monster Love? I only believe in one thing, and that's the Monster Mash.
Oh, I was going to say Joe Hendry.
It's almost time I mean, it is time to go Halloween shopping at all the stores right now. So
that's right. Oh, I can't.
And you know what? It's Halloween.
I couldn't find it on my satellite radio last year, but like usually, like they have like the horror music, like they have like the music soundtrack, like the one to play like spooky sounds.
Oh, for like Halloween parties, yeah.
Yeah, but I want the music. I want. This is what I want, J-Bo. I want some Monster Mash. I want Thriller. I want Thriller. Oh yeah, Thrillers. Oh, I can't go. You gotta have Thriller. And you know what? I want the Ramones. I want Pet Sematary.
I have on Spotify. I have like a massive Halloween like song list, but it's all like songs that could fit into a Halloween. So it's like 1,000 songs deep.
I'm willing to expand it into certain areas, but they used to play just like there was great like Halloween music on stations, but now like it's tough to find. You got to still go terrestrial to find like a local station pumping out some of those jams, but they'll just do it on like Halloween night.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I think in the same vein, I automatically think of just crazy, bizarre stuff that you hear way back when on Dr. Demento.
Oh,
there you go. Stuff like that.
God.
Dr. Demento.
There you go.
And so I the first song I had to put in this list, not even really thinking whether it's Halloween or not, but it's just got a vibe to it, is They're Coming to Take Me Away. Ha ha. They're coming to take me away.
Oh, that's a great song.
Isn't
that's Napoleon? That's Napoleon something. Napoleon the Number or something.
I was gonna say
I'm thinking
actually. Oh, you need to hear the song, Alicia, if you don't know it.
No, I know exactly. I know who Dr. Demento is.
But no. The song. They're coming to take me away. Ha ha. They're coming to take me away.
The Funny Farm.
The Funny Farm. Yes.
The Funny
Right.
Farm, where life is beautiful all the time. Okay, here's another copyright.
It's like the birthday song.
I never knew who actually did it other than I heard it on the Dr. Demento show. So I just automatically, for decades, was like, oh, Dr. Demento did They're Coming to Take Me Away. But I don't think that's right. Yeah. So, all right. Anyways, holy crap. We're just, the train is, the train is building its own track at this point, folks. Thank you for being here. If you're still,
and I said Napoleon a number. Napoleon the 14th is the artist.
I gotta write that down. All right, next. So, okay, the point I was gonna make, and then we continue, not to get off the track again. Steph De Lander says she has unfinished business in Australia. So that's the point of this whole thing is she's leaving now.
Yeah,
she's got to work through this whole thing in her head. Plus, she said unfinished business in Australia. So, what does that mean? We'll have to wait and see when she comes back. I don't think she's going to be back as soon as Slammiversary. That seems way too soon. This sounds like she may be just going back for a few months. Something.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe.
So you think this is interesting how you're thinking on this, J-Bone. We have the huge match with PCO versus AJ for titles at Slammiversary.
Yes.
And you don't think Steph's going to play a part?
No.
She won't be there in Montreal.
I don't think so. I think there's
that's an
something
interesting thing. Let us know what you think in the chat and the comments.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a hot take there, J-Bone.
If you think I'm way off, by all means, that's why we do this is to, create the discussion.
Like to me, it felt like a couple week write off. You're thinking it's like a month plus. Like you think it might be months.
Right. I'm thinking like I'm listening to what she's saying, and I'm trying to like put it realistically in my head. Like you've seen, God knows, rom-coms, but I have to leave. We have to break up right now. I have unfinished business in this other city, and I'll be back for you someday. I swear to God. That's what I'm, because I'm just old and stupid that way. That's what I'm thinking.
You watched The Notebook too much, J-Bone. Not enough ET, too much Notebook.
Terrible fucking movie.
I've never seen The Notebook.
It is the most depressing, terrible movie. I don't get why people are like, oh, my favorite romance movie. No, it's depressing. Oh my God. It's terrible. It's like The Bridges of Terabithia. Like, if you've ever been hit with that curveball. This is a movie for children, and it's the saddest thing you're ever going to watch. I can't believe it.
That does happen.
John Palmer says he felt the same. All right.
There you go.
Awesome.
So the SWAC fan, you got people with you, J-Bone.
Wow.
Team J-Bone.
Wow. Look at the big brain on the bone, man. All right, we continue.
There you go.
It's
Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, any combination. Even Joe versus Volcano. Good stuff. I got a brain cloud.
All right, it's DMC time. We got Rhino versus the defending AJ Francis, and of course, the homie Rich Swann, or is it
Rich Homie Swann?
What?
Rich Homie Swann.
I screwed that up again, didn't I? Damn. It just sounds more professional if you say the homie Rich Swann, or is that too
He's Rich Homie Swann.
Oh, okay. I mean, did I make it sound too Carlton?
You're very Carlton, J-Bone.
Okay, all right. But what did you? I mean, this was short and sweet. This really never. I don't think this ever really got off the ground, did it? Rhino versus AJ Francis.
There was like low blow to get the roll up win.
Yeah, and
did my boy Rhino dirty.
They did him dirty. He did dirty
in Philly, in the ECW arena.
The last true ECW champion.
Boo. You know, there's a controversy going on with the logo that's in the men's room. Is that before it was just like ECW alumni that signed it, and now I guess every wrestler and fan are now signing the wall.
Everybody signs it. I have not. And I was there the whole time.
Now,
but fans are signing it. Like, what the fuck?
No, I've not looked at it like, because if I'm ever in there, I'm in and out. I'm quick. I just walk by. I have no picture with it.
I snuck in and got a picture with it.
Hey, and there's
Had all my guy friends keep watch.
Oh, keep watch. Go. Okay. Well,
yeah,
I did notice. We
yelled in and said women are coming in.
Yeah, there's not a lot that do. There's not a lot that do. So it's almost like a co-ed bathroom during a.
Why is she in here?
Yeah, at bodyguards, it was all safe. We yelled ahead to let people know that a woman was coming in to take a picture of the logo, because they won't put one in the women's room.
She's a perv.
I'm not the only one who's done it. It's like tradition.
There's
that's what Bill's saying. It's like a mixed gendered bathroom at this point, because that's the only bathroom they put the logo in.
You'll turn around a corner and be like, oh.
Surprise.
Luckily, it's on the like the sink side.
You don't see anything. Yeah, exactly.
If you went the long way around, then something might be a little up. You're not getting the right guy.
You're not there for the logo. I assure you're not there for the logo.
Are there doors, lockable doors on all the stalls?
You just can't see. Like it's just like a little door. Like it's a split room. Yeah, so where the men's
like right,
bathroom is private. Like
left is. Come on, Jacob. Have you been in a public bathroom?
Hey, I'm just I respect all the fans. Although, I want them to
it's not like the old stadiums, like the Vet or anything in Philly, where you had the trough.
Oh, hey, that was County Stadium.
Old school trough action.
Oh man,
we're just a bunch of animals.
If you're still with us, folks, sorry, we get off track a little bit, and
we're giving history. Have you been to some old wrestling shows? You probably saw it. You've been there, done that.
If you ever go to the 2300 arena, get your picture taken with the ECW logo located directly in the men's restroom.
Oh, there you go, John Palmer.
Welcome to
Beaver Stadium.
Oh God! So this is where all the dicks hang out. All right.
J-Bo went literal on us.
Didn't even code word it, bro.
No, that was the 5-year-old me going.
Speaking of dicks, here's a code for Manscaped.
If you want to clean that thing up, feeling a patriotic boom, use code TNI for 20% off and free shipping.
No, really, that's a real code, though. Like that's real.
Next time you're at the trail, impress everyone.
Put a shape in it.
Where the hell is the clip?
The Willie Mack one?
No. Oh, that is good.
I remember requested it earlier. You got hair in your booty cheeks.
Oh, because we mentioned Willie Mack, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill,
it shouldn't be gone unless someone's sneaking in there and deleting our files.
You want to hear a little bit from the scumbag? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking for the actual commercial?
I'm here to tell you people about Manscaped. See, when you're a card-carrying member of the Peanut Club, presentation is everything. In my opinion, with a clean shave, you can turn that cocktail frank into bun length. That's right, folks. Kiss your Vienna sausage goodbye and upgrade your grooming habits with Manscaped. And guess what, folks? We got a special deal for the TNI fam. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use our promo code TNI at manscaped.com. That's right, folks. 20% off and free shipping when you use our promo code TNI at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
There you go.
There
Scumbag
you go.
native. Thank you to our good friends at Manscaped.
We love you, yes, and we love Manscaped, absolutely. Next. God, where the hell are we in the show? I don't even know. PCO. A little fact I apologize for leaving out. PCO attacked AJ Francis and Rich after the show.
Oh, yeah. PCO, baby.
After the match, excuse me. Next, we got Tasha Steelz versus Gisele Shaw. Now, this is... I had to chuckle to myself. I'm not used to this new transition of Gisele Shaw yet. I don't know why. It's just... When I heard the music, I was like, oh, is this a new debut? Who is this?
Now, used to be... Well... Her music was very earworm. Like her quintessential diva music was very like you knew it. You knew it when you heard it. So, but just like everything else, you gotta, especially when you're coming back as a face after not being on for a while, makes sense. Go with the new music, sort of like ABC,
right?
Freshen it up.
Yeah,
you'll get used to it, J-Bone. But the look, the pop collar gear, love the pop collar gear.
Yes, and I'm a little worried because this is now like the second or third city that this has happened in. Now, usually when we get a transition of somebody absolutely changing their character, evolving, and I don't mean to get like stupid technical here, but when you're going from heel to baby face, usually there's a noticeable swing in the audience. Yeah, something either pro or con, either one. And I haven't noticed this. And it was just one thing I was really paying attention to. I'm like, okay, I suppose it's been maybe a couple weeks since we've seen Gisele. This hasn't been an every week thing, I don't think, where we've seen parts of this transition. And Philly, not having it. Little surprised here. They're not jumping on the Gisele.
They didn't do a lot. I think it tells you though. You have one, you have to be pretty close follower of the TNA show, the Impact TV show, to really know the Gisele repackaged story. Because you got to remember, most of these people have seen Gisele, and she's been mainly a heel her whole run. How to fix that? A way we thought they may have been approaching this, which they have not done, and I get not doing it. But once again, we talked earlier, this could be a misstep. You want to get her super over as a face? Who's the one that was getting her pumped up to come back? Who was the one that was putting her on the right path?
Yeah.
My Mount Rushmore included member Gail Kim. You bring Gail Kim the ringside with her,
yeah,
that crowd's popping. And sometimes you need that for a rebrand like that.
I just feel like they kind of dropped the ball with it, and the momentum. It's like they seemed like they were going with something big with having Gail bring her back, and then nothing. And then she hasn't really been featured as much. So I don't know what happened with all that, but
they didn't go all in with it. Like they kind of were like, but like you do multiple weeks of vignettes, and then it was just kind of like it seemed like her return was just kind of randomly put in there, like she just appeared at like our TV taping randomly against a local opponent. Like, it was nothing crazy about it. Like, that's where I think they lost some steam. Like, they didn't have her come back during a pay-per-view, a live show. They just had her show up on TV.
Oh, just
like, that wasn't handled best.
Yeah.
So she needs to win over the crowd every time she comes out right now.
They got to give her something solid, though. You know what I mean? She's not, other than what they brought her back with, there's no feud. There's nothing kind of forming from it to give her the opportunity to win the crowd over as a face. So,
yeah. And
once they figure that out.
As the good doctor says, Tasha's a known Philly, Jersey,
that
local
too.
person. So she has a fan base there. Like, I saw her wrestle in the same building last weekend.
Tasha's beloved on the East Coast, so that's a tough act.
She's been around. Yeah, she's a
even when Tasha's a heel, and still she gets mad love. So
right, and I think it's just respect for the hard work, just big picture wise, you know.
She's putting the time.
Yeah. So yeah, and this isn't me criticizing Gisele Shaw. I am not.
No, not at all, because we all love Gisele. Not at all.
Right.
I blame the people handling her, but not Gisele.
Right. And we're not coming at TNA with pitchforks and torches by any means.
I'm allowed to be critical without being an asshole.
Critical?
Exactly. And that's what I was trying to put forth here, is that we weren't being jerks about this. We're just saying, hey, you guys are doing this. Maybe if you turn this one way or turn this another way, it can maybe work better, you know?
It's the same complaint we have with Ash, is that we got to start evolving her up from whatever we're getting, because it's starting to flounder a little bit.
Right.
And with Gisele, it just seems like it floundered right away. And everybody's a big fan of Gisele, and we know that that's not right for her.
Respectfully critical, and there's critical sting. Yes. Good evening, sir. So yeah. Yeah, Gisele Shaw gets the win over Tasha Steelz here. It was a short but sweet match. You know, just we'll see what happens with all this in the future. Now, this is a part of production I just want to mention real quick to keep this going. I noticed they did something different and or new. Instead of just going from, okay, you're watching someone in the ring, to boom, picture of someone backstage, and just always your same background, same screens, same, just, you know, person, you know, just they changed this, and it was so subtle, but it was so big at the same time. You saw Zaya Brookside watching this from backstage, but then they pan over from the TV that she's watching it on, and there's Gia Miller, and that's how they flowed it into an interview, which I was like, oh, that's different.
Yeah,
I feel like that really worked good.
Little things, the subtle changes to production that are very nice, very nice. Good job by Josh Matthews and the crew.
Yes. And you're seeing that across wrestling. Like WWE's even doing that too. You'll see a big change into just presentation. You know, the camera from backstage,
clean up the
nonstop
product,
flip going to the front. Let's
just say you got to manscape your production.
Yeah.
Clean that stuff up.
Gotta trim your bush.
That is the first time I've ever heard on this show production referred to as bush.
Depending on the production.
You produce the bush. All right.
I'm here all night. Try the chicken.
Right.
Not the fish.
Not the fish. I do not recommend the fish.
What about the pork? All right. Gia Miller, Zia Brookside backstage. Next, we've got the JDC versus the AB, one half of ABC. Chris Bey I just want to call him Tony Curtis, but that's the wrong Curtis. It's
Tony Curtis. You going odd couple on us, J-Bone?
No, I'm really showing my age tonight. I feel like my brain is melting out of my ears at this point on the show. Just say a prayer for me.
Just tonight?
Yeah.
How many years has it been?
Thank you.
Well, we can always ask our good buddy,
the audience
Big Kev.
Which one's Jay?
Thank you. It is this whole show felt like which one's Jay at this point. What did you guys think of Curtis versus Chris Bey?
I only caught the end part of it. So, Bill?
No, they did two. Like, I think we all know how good Bey is in the ring. So no surprise there. But I think people underestimate the old JDC. And we saw, like, when he hated professional wrestling. But when he won it, like when he had that match with Josh Alexander, he went all out. Like he showed up. Now that he wants to impress the system, he's going all out. JDC, I'm digging it. I am missing the JDC promos because I thought those were fantastic. I wouldn't mind him going back into that a little backstage, black and white. But I thought it was a good match, but obviously it wasn't all on the up and up. But he got the big win, huge win.
Yeah, considering the momentum that Ace Austin and Chris Bey are in right now, they had that nice little push of a storyline, the possible conflict between them, and just making the team stronger, as strong as it's ever been, and they're not even champions.
It looked like the ABC could collide. A lot of people here were saying it was happening.
They're done. I tell you, put a fork in it. Then we get word that the Hardys are going to return next week.
Ooh.
I'm really lazy when I take my notes, and I always spell next week NXT WK.
It's just in your head, J-Bone.
I just It's
you should have just wrote one word, J-Bone.
That wouldn't have been a good thing. So let's not do that. But very exciting to see them get a match. I think they said what match it's going to be. I don't remember what it is.
Oh, what again? The Hardys against the tag champs.
It is against the tag champs. Okay, because they just had the picture of the Hardys on the screen, and if you're just like mesmerized by this like pulsating picture of the lights and everything with the two guys, you like completely just didn't catch.
J-Bone, to be fair, the picture, the graphic, it was one word.
Wonderful.
It was awesome. That's the kind of stuff you want to see on a poster. It's the kind of stuff you want to see on your merch, your t-shirts, your mugs, whatever. That's what they got to do, and they're not. I don't know if they're not allowed to, or that's what makes me feel like they're not going to stick around long if they're not pumping out that Hardy's merch. I'd have like 5 Hardy Boys t-shirts right now.
Maybe next week with the Jeff in-ring return, that's the timing of it.
Maybe.
You get it when he's there. In the ring, bam, Hardy. Because you got is there 2 Matt Hardy shirts? There's at least one. There might be 2.
There was one. I went for Philly. There was one.
Okay.
Because Stephen wanted a Matt Hardy shirt, but he didn't like the design of it, so he opted to pass on it.
Okay.
The selection wasn't that great at the Philly show. The night that I went, I was kind of unimpressed with a lot of the designs in person. But the quality of the shirts have changed. They're super soft.
Super soft.
Yeah.
I got a Spitfire and
That's
Sammy
positive
Callahan shirt.
Yeah.
If we had other sponsors, I
Designs.
could do a bunch of tie-ins right now, but we don't have those sponsors, so they're not getting them.
I'm a little scared, Bill.
Well, if the scumbag was here, he would already went down that road a good solid minute ago. And speaking of a solid minute ago, I'm not getting into it. But continue, J-Bo.
What? All right. Yeah, so can't wait to see the Hardys next week. Main event time. My God, we have arrived. Folks.
I was suddenly there for this.
She's there.
I was there. Oh my God.
Oh, and you know what?
All
Real
right.
quick, because Dr. Gerbs is talking merch. What were your thoughts on the tie-dye? Did you think about maybe the tie-dye?
I wanted the tie-dye shirt because they had one in purple with the TNA logo on it, but I couldn't justify $45 for it.
Because they are all handmade, so that is why it's.
I get it. I get it. But I just couldn't justify it. I have so much tie-dye.
Tie-dye.
And I just couldn't justify
it's like,
45.
oh, yeah.
You're talking to a guy that still has shorts from the 90s, the Bum Equipment brand.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Anybody? Okay.
I still have my Taya logo wear at least.
Oh. I was actually, when I was getting ready for the Philly shows, I was going through some of the older shirts because you probably saw it. I brought back an old Matt Hardy shirt. And then near that, I saw one of my Loca shirts. So I was like, But I did not. I'll wear that. It's very Halloween because it's like orange and black.
It was their Halloween. Yeah.
So it's a nice Halloween shirt.
Right. There you go. Wait a couple months. At least through August. Okay.
3 more months.
Yeah.
And then it's all coming up, all Halloween stuff.
Right. That's when you're allowed to like actually celebrate it. If you celebrate it outside that, just
you know what? I wasn't paying as close attention in the 90s. Justin talking Buck Naked brand or Big Dogs brand.
I remember Big Dogs, but not Buck Naked.
I don't remember Buck Naked either. I remember Big Dog.
A brand like Buck Naked, I would think I would have been all in that, but I don't know. I've been like, oh, that's. But I don't know. I missed the boat on that. I don't know what they made. Was it like jeans, or was it like swimwear? I don't know.
Underwear like Joe Boxers.
Oh, I like Joe Boxer. I did.
I still have a pair of Joe Boxers. They're actually boxers.
Because I was like, because that's all I knew. But then I guess they made other stuff too eventually. But
yeah, they expanded into the clothing line because it it got like really popular and then it died off.
Yeah, I feel like it was a short-lived window for Joe Boxer.
Mm-hmm.
He's Joe, not a contender anymore.
Oh,
I'm a
little aloe on that burn.
What a main event, J-Bo.
Oh my God. It's a. No, I can't say that. Okay. No. All right. Joe Hendry and Josh Alessandro versus Steve Maclin and Moose.
That's right.
So I posted video because I took video of Joe Hendry's entrance for this match. I took both entrance, but I posted it on TikTok and I'm like 20 likes away from 1,000 on the Joe Hendry video that I posted.
And when did you post this at the time or did you post this tonight?
No, it's been a couple days at this point. Hang on, let me look it up quick. You might suddenly hear noise. I apologize. I don't have my volume down on my media. I got it. There we go.
because we got to talk about the viral sensations that are TikTok.
7-1. I posted on July 1st.
Okay.
And I am at 984 likes on it. And every day, I'll wake up and there'll be like 50 more likes on it.
Okay.
So when I tell you this guy is viral, that's the proof, man.
The proof
I don't get likes like in those numbers. Not 1,000. No way.
Gotta get on that TikTok, J-Bone.
Oh, just they're right there. It's your.
The trick is trending. You gotta post what's trending. And Joe Hendry, I just posted Joe Hendry in the tags, and it's.
You know what, Alicia? I might have to put you on the spot. You may have to force the TNI show to get into the TikTok. Because I feel like Bison would be chomping at the bit.
Bison's on TikTok.
Yeah, because I know he has TikTok too. Like, so we have individuals on TikTok, but we need like the TNI TikTok.
TNI talk. That's what it would be.
TNI talk.
TNI talk.
Oh my goodness!
Let us know in the comments if you want some TNI talk.
Do you believe in the TNI talk? I can't believe I just said that. Jiminy Christmas!
You're an evolving bone, J-Bone.
I'm too old for this evolution.
Come on.
Damn this evolution.
For kids. It's for kids.
It's for kids. We're for kids. Moose and Steve Maclin versus Joe Hendry and Josh Alexandro. Moose and Steve Maclin got the win on this one.
Big win, but there was shenanigans by the name of, say it, Alicia, the magic word.
Serotonin?
Yeah!
I wasn't sure. Sorry. We almost got the chant going. People were curious.
They were like, why are these two people saying serotonin all the time?
Well, you tried. That's awesome.
And you can tell, like, Kaz is obviously hearing it, and like he just like has like disdain on his face.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you bring up that gimmick? I'm the king.
Hardcore.
I was feeling the cold shoulder, man, but I kept pursuing. I'm like, you know what? He really likes it.
He probably goes. I'm sure he like walks off. He's like, freaking serotonin.
I can't believe people fucking remember that. It'll the guy liner phase of my life will never escape me.
It is. It's having that picture from like 20 years ago. That's all people post of you or something. It's like, I can't outlive that rep. Like, not that anybody on this show would know anything about that, but you know. Like
Jiminy Christmas.
All right. Now that you did the deep dive, who was the tag? I mean, yes, it was Raven, but who was the other guy in the serotonin?
Matt Bentley and Johnny Devine.
Thank you,
You're
Matt
welcome.
Bentley. I could picture him. We've talked numerous episodes about him and how he was the cousin of Shawn Michaels, and his evolution would be up here. Then it would, no, maybe not. Oh man, go watch the old NWA TNA episodes. There's your cheap plug for
it's gold.
Watching
On the channel.
We had a lot of fun. 111 episodes, folks. All
there
of
you
them.
Go.
Right here. Yeah, Kaz on commentary. Then he jumps into the action. Moose and Steve Maclin get the win here. Now, did you notice? It was interesting that we saw something at the start of the show, but then heard something during the main event. A little contradictory, unless it's just not officially in the books. I'm talking about they announced that Nick Nemeth was not cleared for Slammiversary yet.
Yeah, he's obviously advertised for it.
So we did see. Yeah, I was like, oh, there's something to that. They're either just saying because he was attacked, maybe the office,
Well, yeah.
and I'm using my quote fingers, maybe the office doesn't know about the fight outside.
The good doctor is going to have to clear him.
Oh, you're speaking of the highly reputable East Coast doctor, the sensation, Dr. Ross.
Hey, right now, though, last we saw the guy, he's face down in his own hair product. Like, we don't know when he's coming back. So, like, maybe he'll make it, maybe he won't. I make no assumptions here. That Jay, bud.
I'm sorry. Face down in his own hair product. I popped for that. I hope you did too. So yeah, that was my point in this. That's the Nick Nemeth absolutely is not cleared. He's doing stuff behind the scenes. We're seeing the story pan out, but we just don't know what his future is in the main event of Slammiversary. We don't have long to figure it out, but I'm sure we're going to find it out soon enough. So yeah, that's the episode.
That's it.
Wild One is loaded.
Slammiversary coming at you soon.
And if this crew wasn't so loaded, we probably could have done the whole show in less than an hour.
Yeah, what happened to you being so fucking tired? And again, almost 2 hours on this shit. I was so tired and barely hanging on. I'm in a little bit of pain, and boom.
Okay,
2 hours.
This show, what you just heard, the last almost 2 hours, perfect example of, J-Bone was right. He does sound a little tired tonight. There are parts of the show I have to watch back. Like, what the hell did you just say?
Yeah.
No edibles, swear to God.
PCO brought him back to life just for this show.
Right?
PCO is on call.
So thank you all. If you made it this far, God bless you. We had too much fun tonight talking all things TNA. We hope you dug it too. Check out all the links in the description of the video, and follow us on all the socials to catch all the updates, even though I got to get better at that as far as the updates. Also check out midweek Team TNI UK, always putting out a good show on Wednesday afternoon. So for Alicia and Front Row Bill, I am J-Bone. This is TNI. We'll see you next week.